shopping, Anthony. When Jeffrey Ross is in studio, well, he is, ask him about the time he played Pratt Institute years ago. I remember being at a show where some crazy freshman pulled a knife on Ross because he didn't like a joke.
Really?
I guess that's why he did it, but apparently the kid was trouble. I remember being on stage, and the kid was, well, before the show, I was early. He was, like, floating around the stage, sort of going, you know, just sort of, like, weird, like, Willard type of a kid, you know?
Willard.
Yeah.
Did you see the new the remake of Willard?
Yeah, with, what's his name?
God, it
Crispin
was so creepy.
Glover.
I can't look at rats.
Okay.
No?
Ever since I had a skateboard through Kenmore Square in Boston at 5 in the morning to do morning radio in college.
Rats?
Rats everywhere.
There's a lot of good ones
My
in this
skateboard would scare them, and they would just go.
Oh.
But
On my way to work, did I tell you that I'm destroying the air yet or no?
No.
What?
On the way to work this morning, actually, I'm walking by my building, and there's like a garbage jutting out, and there's a guy walking towards me, and a rat ran right over his foot and into a little nook in the building.
Big-
That's so
a
creepy.
big rat
Cat-sized
right
rat.
over his foot.
that's the scariest shit ever.
Oh.
Yeah, and this kid just sort of like, you know, like, I think he like flashed it from the front row, and I got a little weird, and I didn't want to like, I didn't know.
Flashed it like, hey, look what I got?
Yeah, I saw it. I don't know if I drew any attention to it or whatever. Like, I don't remember. I was sort of, this is a long time ago. I was probably a little nervous and green and whatever. And then for some reason, like, I started teasing him a little bit the way I've been known to do. And he came up and he like had the knife. And I didn't know, there's like hundreds of witnesses. So it's just strange. Do I take this guy down? Do I just walk off?
Came up on the stage with the knife and brandished it.
I was actually open for Jeff on that show. He was on the side of the stage, but he was looking at, like, behind a pole, looking at you, and you're like,
How is this guy allowed to just
yeah.
walk around on the stage, though?
It was at college. It wasn't like it was a big theater stage. I think it was like one of those things where you just kind of step up and you're on the stage. Like one
It's
of
like a
those.
student union
Right.
situation.
Got you.
And he was behind a post, and Ross is on stage, and this guy's behind a post to Jeff's stage right, and I guess he was flashing the knife that the audience couldn't see, but you're like, hey,
That's
well,
it.
this guy has a knife. It was really uncomfortable. I didn't see the knife.
This guy has a knife. Oh, he's going into the guy with the knife bit.
Yeah, where's the punchline? What? Usually has a witty punchline.
I'm in fear for my life.
Oh, God.
Take my knife, please.
Oh, that's.
And what happened? He just wandered out, right?
They escorted him out. No, they took him out. And you stopped the show. You were like, I'm not performing here. You got really uncomfortable. And
I'm not performing.
yeah, that was the end of the show. You were weirded out by him, and it got pulled.
I didn't go back on?
No.
No, come on.
No, you
Really?
didn't.
Was I last?
Yeah, it was me and then you. There might have been one more, but I know it was me and you. And I just
I
started.
last. That was me and you.
Yeah, it was two of us.
Jeffrey, also, we're finding out that you broke your hip since we've been off the air.
Yeah, that's why.
How the hell do you break your hip at your age? That's like something old people do.
Too much time at the Friars.
I threw myself in front of some 6-year-old cunt ice skating.
Dude.
I don't like the warning thing. I like just the shock value.
Just blurred
He
him
likes
out.
the shock value.
It was Christmas Eve. I'm in Bainbridge Island, Washington, to
Yeah.
visit my sister and my nephews. You know, it's like Hanukkah, nothing going on. And my nephews are like, we want to go ice skate. And they're like 4 and 8. The only ice skating rink's an hour north towards Vancouver. Christmas Eve. Middle of nowhere. We're driving to this ice skating rink. We have to pass through like a hospital, basically, to get to the rink. My sister's joke goes, this is the worst hospital in Washington State.
Oh, no.
Just happens to mention that. You know, 2 hours later, I'm in the emergency room being surrounded by nurses with, like, reindeer hats and Christmas sweaters who want no part of this broken Jew. You know, like, it's not like I'm some comedian. I'm just Jeff, you know, some
Just Jeff.
guy laying on a
You're
stretcher.
Mr. Ross.
It was Mr. Lifschultz. It was like it was horrible. I'm like, well, I'm ice skating. I don't really know how to ice skate. I haven't ice skated since I was a little kid, and it's like a couple hours in, and the hot chocolate food place is like closed. The ice skating's free, so everyone's on the rink. There's just thousands. It's just so crowded. And I finally get off the wall. I'm getting the hang of it. They're like, one more lap, and it's like they're gonna close.
You're
for
on the
Christmas.
last lap.
And some little 6-year-old girl like fell in front of me, and I didn't want to fall, and I threw my legs up just to avoid crashing into her, and femur.
Wait. Ow. This is. I'm gonna get all.
Good morning,
bruisey.
America.
You landed on your leg or your hip? You landed
My
on...
hip, side of my hip. And I didn't know right away. I was sort of in denial, and I was like flipping around like a flounder on the ice, and then guys started to come, and then they're like, clear the ice. It was like there's literally hundreds of people watching me.
You
Just like,
embarrassed?
Oh, that's the guy that ruined our last lap.
He wasn't
Yeah.
embarrassed. He was in pain.
Now, what broke, actually, your hip or your femur?
femur.
You broke the femur.
Like it's like got it like a cap to it, like a head of it, and it just
Yeah.
snapped off.
Oh, wait a minute.
I
the,
noticed.
the part that goes into the hip bone, where
Right.
it kind of connects the
yeah,
ball
that's it.
joint.
Right, that's
the
it.
ball part of your
Clean break.
femur snapped.
Clean break. So we didn't think it was that big a deal. They dragged me into like a penalty box, and I'm there for like 5. I go, just give me a minute, I'm fine. Just give me a minute, I'm fine.
You couldn't walk at all, though, right? Your leg, you couldn't.
And then
stand up.
after a couple minutes, I realized that I'm sitting in the penalty box, but not. I'm sitting like this, but I'm literally holding myself up with my arms because I can't put my butt down, no matter
Oh,
what.
man.
And I start sweating, and finally I go, you know what? Call an ambulance. I don't know what's going on here. I'm not getting up. And then they start putting me they want to put me on a stretcher, and I can't even get the skate off. Like it's wah, and like I'm pretty good with that usually.
Oh, God.
And so the paramedics like call a doctor, and they go, we have a guy here, so and so age, so and so this, so and so that. We're gonna give him a shot. We're gonna give him some morphine. And I go, oh my God, this is for real. They're gonna drug me and get me off this ice. It's pretty bad. So I go to the hospital. I'm laying there, and I don't know what's going on. And this doctor walks in. He's got his big Christmas Bill Cosby sweater on. He just walks over with this look on his face, and he looks at the X-ray. He looks at me and he goes, young man, you are fucked.
Oh,
That's what he
no.
said, the doctor.
Get out of
He
here.
goes, you have a broken hip. He goes, I've been a bone doc, an orthopedist for like 20 years. I've never seen a guy with a broken hip before who's not like 70 years old.
Yeah.
And, they do a little pushing and pulling and prodding, and I have 3 metal pins in the side of my leg.
So how long were you in that hospital?
4 days. Then I was 3 weeks up at my sister's house. Couldn't